we don't know what most of the matter in the universe is, and that's 85% of the matter in the universe. The atoms that we are made of, that our body is made of, is ordinary matter, but apparently there is there 6 times more of something else, some stuff that we don't know. The only reason we know about it is because it gravitates, it affects gravity, it binds galaxies together, and the visible matter is unable to do that. So we call it invisible matter. We call it dark matter. It's just a way of encapsulating our ignorance. And, one possibility is that in the early universe, early on, there were tiny black holes that were made. And black holes would not produce any light. Those black holes that have roughly the mass of an asteroid, similar to 3I Atlas. And if it's an asteroid, we don't know what it is. But those black holes, small black holes, will behave as dark matter. That's one possibility. Just to explain what a black hole is, that's a structure of space-time. As I mentioned, gravity is the curvature of space-time. And if you condense matter to a point, then you get such a major curvature of space-time that you get a region of space that nothing can escape from. So it's sort of the ultimate prison. Another way to think of it is like Vegas. Anything that happens inside a black hole will never go out of it. Everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. In the case of a black hole, it's definitely the case. Even light cannot escape from a black hole. And by the way, I was the founding director of the Black Hole Initiative at Harvard University, and Stephen Hawking came to my home and for the inauguration, and my wife he came for Passover, actually. That was his first experience, and he ate everything that my wife made for him and loved it, actually, and gave a speech about it. But coming back to black holes, he was one of the people who actually studied them in great detail and realized their properties. But he also realized, that's a funny story, that back in around 1972, there was a graduate student at Princeton named Jacob Bekenstein. And he said, well, it looks like black holes might have entropy, because when you put two of them together, you get more surface than the sum of the surfaces that each of them had. And that sounds like entropy that is always increasing. And the entropy should be proportional to the area, the surface area of the event horizon of a black hole. That was a revolutionary idea. And his mentor, John Wheeler, said it's such a crazy idea that it might be true. Coming back to you, Mayim, sometimes crazy ideas are true. Anyway, so Stephen Hawking thought that's a stupid idea. And he said, I will demonstrate that it's wrong. So he did a quantum mechanical calculation and realized, in fact, Bekenstein was right. Black holes not only have an entropy, but they actually emit thermal radiation, and they evaporate as a result of that. So small black holes, very tiny black holes, would explode. And that's the most important result derived by Stephen Hawking by trying to prove Bekenstein wrong. So what does it teach us? It teaches us first that scientists can change opinions, okay? And that's accepted because if you realize new results or new evidence, you're allowed to change opinions. It's not politics. You can change opinions because you realize something you didn't realize before. It's work in progress. And the second thing is, even, black holes that you would think are the blackest things that you can imagine that do not emit any light, even they emit light.